Hey y'all, it's your girl Quarter Subs here on She So For Real Z. Happy Monday to you all, and I hope you had a fabulous day today. Yes, I do have some great news to let y'all know that we have a special guest, and her name is Eve, and she is a holistic advisor. Now, I do want to give you this tea and let you know that she will be here on Mondays every second and fourth week of the month. Okay. Yes. So what that mean is that we naming this segment or this series She's So For Real Z about wellness. Ooh, that's so cute. Shout out to Eve because she's the one that created this series, and she definitely want to give us the tea on how to live a healthy lifestyle. So make sure y'all join us and tune in. Hello Eve, how are you today?
Greetings. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for asking. I'd like for you to speak to the guest on what you do, if many don't know what a holistic advisor is.
I am a holistic advisor, or you can say wellness coach. So basically, I focus on um, nutrition, um, basically healthy eating, basically giving your body what your body needs in terms of allowing your body to um, operate at its fullest. Um,
Mhm.
so basically, just everything mind, body, and soul with the focus on just really understanding the emotions or your emotions. So, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. So, I mean, your program, well, what you're doing, um, do you already have to be eating like this to accept, assistance, or is it people that's like trying to get away from, a bad lifestyle of eating like processed foods to getting to where, eating healthy for the body, healing the body?
So basically, what it is that, we all have, habits, patterns, and behaviors that we don't really like about ourselves, right? So what I
Mm-hmm.
do is I help one understand their emotions through their dietary lifestyle. So if somebody is consuming like sugar, um, any type of food addictions, I help them understand their food addictions through their emotions. So basically, I'm gonna use myself for example. I had an addiction to sugar. I was addicted to sugar, and I realized after doing healing work on myself, I realized that sugar was actually connecting to my my ability to love myself. So I had to do, work. I had to, question my own patterns, my own behaviors, and my own um, habits. Just not only by my um, not only my own, patterns and behaviors, but I had to go back down the line and see if it was something that my mom struggled with, my aunts, my siblings, and, my grandmothers and things like that. Because a lot of the times, what I've learned through my journey is that, you know, some of the things that we carry is only ours by the blood, it's
Mm-hmm.
ours by association. So, it was a real moment, me having to just really get real with myself and put myself in a space of solitude to really find out the roots of my emotional attachment to sugar. And so, yeah, just by the behaviors. One thing I like to say is that when our bodies are always going to speak to us first spiritually. And if you're not taking heed of what your body is trying to communicate with you spiritually, then it's going to show up in a physical sense. And so with
Mm-hmm.
me, I ended up getting Candida which is a yeast overgrowth, it ended up going through my bloodstream. And so I
Mm.
had started to see little patches on my skin, so like a rash. And when I realized it, I started to do my research and I started to understand, like, wow, like I did this to me, because there were times where I did not eat food. It was just sugar. And, my husband would warn me, like, you need to eat. So
Mm-hmm.
it's me just learning more how to take care of myself, and just, again, me questioning why I liked sugar so much, why my mom liked sugar so much, why my grandmother suffered from sugar diabetes. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Yeah.
it was just really diving deep, just accepting these harsh truths, you know, um, and then creating a plan or creating a system that worked for me, outside of using, pharmaceuticals and medicines and things like that, but just taking a holistic approach to healing my mind, my body, and my soul.
Okay. Now, just for the ones that listening, we are starting a series every second and fourth week of the month. The name of it is She's So For Realty About Wellness. For myself, I am getting my wellness together. Pat myself on the hand that I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger, so I need to take care of my health. So, Eve, may I ask here? Um, Now, what I know about like being plant based, or many people know about vegan, being a vegan, is boring foods like salads or tomatoes or fruit or whatever. So, what type of style like do you suggest? People buy food from the store. I'm not sure if you have a program that they can buy food from you. So, what can people look forward to taking these steps?
Well, before I answer that question, I want to first start by saying that our bodies don't know health trends. Our bodies
Mhm.
don't know anything about being a vegan, being pescatarian, or keto, or anything like that. Our body's main concern is whether or not we're getting the proper nutrients and the vitamins we need to thrive. That's the
Mm.
only thing our bodies are concerned about. So even if you are eating dairy, even if you are eating meat, or even if you are eating, things that are not of a whole food, um, if it's not whole food, coming from nature, very minimally processed, you have to ask yourself, if what you're feeding yourself, does it have the nutrients and the vitamins it needs for your body to thrive? And if not,
Mhm.
then you have to understand that your body um, is not getting life out of it, out of what you're consuming. So, um, if you're not whole food plant based, and the reason why I say whole food plant based, and it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle,
Mhm.
because what did the ancients eat? How did the ancients eat before all of this mass production, before all of, these GMOs? How did the ancients eat? Well, they ate, grains, beans, fruits, and vegetables. That's the natural order of things. So again, if it's minimally processed, then you can be sure that it's going to do your body some benefit,
Yeah.
because that's just the natural way of things. Like, that's just the
Mhm.
natural order. So I'm not gonna tell you or anybody else to strictly go whole food plant based. But once you start adding more real foods and removing foods that are not beneficial, then you'll see the effect that it has on your body. And then you're going to want to not eat those things anymore, because we have to realize that our body is our temple. We were
Mhm.
given this body so that we can experience life.
Yeah.
So there's so many different other ways that we can experience life, and it's not boring. I love food. So I had to really, like, buckle down and just really, you know, um, discipline myself, because I love the burgers and the wings, and um all this other food that was just, and I call them fun foods. I loved it so much. And I've made it in a way using whole food plant based
Mm-hmm.
that is not, so that it's not only good, but it's also nutritional. It's also
Yeah.
beneficial. It's not, you know, I'm not, it's not taken away from my health. It's not taken away from my mind. It's actually adding to it. So, so yeah. Um, so
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so also too, I'm not sure if you answered this question or not. How do I'm not sure if give out recipes, or you recommend me to go to YouTube or some type of website to know where to start. You know what I'm saying? To start, if I'm a person that loves fun food, but I do want to transition slowly into whole plant based, where will I start? For someone that don't know.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Quetta Stops. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. Yes, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast. Yes, get your coins with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Simply download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Yeah, you can most definitely start by. I have a YouTube channel titled Planted. There,
Hmm.
I share beginner recipes. I also have an Instagram. You can find me on Instagram, which is holistic_Eve, where I also share, tips and, different techniques and also recipes, as well as the Facebook page. Facebook page, you can find me under Planted. I'm not sure if I said that already, but everything is under um, YouTube and Facebook is Planted, and um, Instagram is holistic_Eve. And just some tips that I recommend for anybody who are planning on to transition. Everybody don't have the willpower to go cold turkey. I went cold turkey um because of my skin. The rash that I seen, because and just researching Canada and what can come from it if you don't take care of it. So I
Hmm.
had to drop everything and act quick. But during this time I didn't have um social media in a way that I could use it to follow people who were struggling with the same thing as me.
Yeah.
So if you are looking to transition, find some, follow some inspirational people on your social media platforms. Um, recognize how your body is communicating with you. We have these aches and pains for a reason. We have, these outbreaks for a reason. It's our body communicating to us because we're missing something that it needs. Um, yeah, start small, do meatless Mondays, instead of grains one day, just add more greens, um, eat a salad once a day, wake up in the morning and do like a smoothie. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it's not for you to go cold turkey. Like, if you can't
Exactly.
handle it, just make small steps
Okay.
and um congratulate yourself. Speak positive to yourself. Speak light into yourself, life
Mhm.
into yourself.
Right.
Because the thing about the whole food plant based lifestyle is that actually um, they're actually saying that this lifestyle is the number one diet. But it's like how does how do we not know that eating from nature is the way to go? This
Yeah.
diet has reversed so many different illnesses and ailments, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, digestive ailments, cancer, obesity. Like, it's eating
Hmm.
from nature because it's real. Our body only know what's real. We
Right.
want people to be real to us, but we're not being real to ourselves.
Exactly.
We have to
Yeah.
be real to ourselves, feed ourselves what's real, because our bodies only want to be whole. And when our mind is
Hmm.
whole, our body is whole, then guess what? Our soul is whole, and we can live life at our best.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And people, I will be putting all the links at the bottom of the description box. Yes, I'm going to leave all the links there. Now, I do want to say for myself, I'm sorry, no, let me start over. For myself, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, I eat very healthy and I don't eat, meat or whatever the case is. Um, Now I did have like a little, I backslide, because I went to my sister's child birthday party and I had to spend $8.12 on a buffet. And I'm like, look, I don't want to eat. So I had to pay for the money anyway. And I'm like, girl, you about to eat and get this $8 worth. So that already tells you I had no self control and, just letting the $8 be. But I did the do. You know what I mean? So
And
what
this,
message do you have for people like myself that we were on good track, but we end up
yes.
backsliding?
Yes. So I'm actually so my cooking guide is my Cajun Creole cooking guide is coming out really, really, really soon. And then I also have a detox, a 5-day detox, which also includes a self healing journal, a journal that I put together. And there's a
Oh.
plan in that journal that talks about planning,
Hmm.
if I call it if and then planning. So in your case, it would be okay, I'm going to my nephew's birthday party. Um, if they don't serve the food that I eat or that I want to feed my body, then what would your then be?
Don't eat.
Hey, this is Quetta. I have one question to ask you. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it is 100% free. And yes, Hunty, we all love free. It is easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Look, Anchor is phenomenal. I am on many different platforms and I am becoming very popular on Apple Podcasts. So definitely get into anchor.fm ASAP. So if you're always wanting to start a podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. Anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Peace.
No, don't. No, you're going to eat before you get there. So
Oh,
you're
okay,
going to
okay. But you
tempt.
know what? But y'all know she's so for real. Y'all know Quarter Stuff is very transparent. I'm transparent. So I did have some noodles, before
Mm,
I left because I knew that it was going to be a party, with food and all of that. And I did do that. I wasn't
mm-hmm.
expected to pay the $8 and something cents, which is not an excuse, but it's just like I went for it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I did take those steps. I believe that is more so a self control.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you
Self
know,
It's self control and just being prepared. Because when you're not
yeah,
prepared, then you fall. You end up falling. So even if you had already ate before you got in there, Who said that you couldn't pack snacks in your bag? Who said you couldn't pack a
Oh,
whole
okay.
meal in your bag?
Yes,
Because
okay.
there's times where I've had to do just that. For me, not only me, but my daughter as well. You have to really sacrifice. It's like, how much do you want it? Like, our lives is literally based off of sacrifice.
Right.
How much do you want it? When you sacrifice something that
Mm,
everybody else is doing, guess
mm,
what? Guess what? You're now able to manifest something that your heart desired, because I was able to let go of, I was able to sacrifice all of this food. I paid $8 for it, $8. And we
mm-hmm.
look at the number eight. That number eight, it actually represents material satisfaction.
Mm,
It
yes,
represents giving and receiving. It represents authority. It represents power. Number one, your own
yes,
power. So you spend $8. You could have turned it around and said that, you know what, I spent this $8, but I'm not gonna eat, because guess what, I'm gonna have the power. So who's
right.
to say that if you didn't eat, that was going to help you propel forward in your
Mm,
journey and allow you to withstand anything else that tempted you.
yes. Okay.
So so just don't be hard on yourself. Now another birthday party. You're gonna have another birthday party that
Yes,
comes up. So
yes.
you're able to test yourself even then. Because one thing I love about God is that we're always given second chances,
Mm,
always. So
yes.
just be grateful, for the
Mm-hmm.
lesson, and ask for a do over, because we always get do overs. And then stand firm in what you believe. Stay planted.
Yes,
Okay,
I say
planted.
so. Yes, and I do like the ideal. I never thought about the ideal of packing, like when I go dashing and do my gigs and stuff. Yes, I have nothing but healthy snacks, water, fruit, and things like that. So, and I'm very proud of myself with that. But taking it somewhere like a party or a gathering or something, it never crossed my mind. So since you mentioned that, I'm like, okay, I can do what I do through my Monday through Friday, and then I can take these to like different events or functions or events or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like that's
Absolutely,
awesome to hear. Yeah. So that's
absolutely.
cool. So I like that.
And that would also go with the if and then planning. So if
Yeah.
I am invited to a birthday party and they don't have food that I eat, then I will pack my own food. And then you
Mhm.
make sure you give yourself time to make your own food, pack it, and go from there. So
Yes.
when everybody else is eating, whatever it is that they're eating, you pull out your food and you eat too.
Yeah. And make sure that the food is enjoyable. It's not something that you have to force yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
then you may lose that power and lose that self control. But no, I mean, it's definitely a learning experience for me. I'm really enjoying it. But from that day, Sunday, yesterday, I'm definitely not going to let that hold me down because I've been doing really good since the beginning of February. So I just know now. I'm just learning. And
Yeah.
like I said, you have given some awesome tips, and I'm definitely gonna take up on that tip the next birthday party or event that I go to. So thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
sure.
Miss Eve. Yes. So is there anything else that you may want to tell the listeners before you do? Eve, I do want to let everyone know again that's listening that Eve she'll be on the show Monday on Motivation Monday, which we renamed it to She's So For Realzy About Wellness. And that will be every week on no, not every week, but the second and fourth week of the month. So I just want to be clear, the second and fourth week of the month. And yeah, we just talking about wellness and encouraging and educating the people on whole plant based.
Yeah. Um, so yes, the only thing I have to say, especially to the millennials out there, is that we're not getting any younger. Just think about, whatever you're feeding yourself, ask yourself um, if you're feeding yourself life, because again, we're not getting any younger out here. If the life expectancy of us, especially Black people, is 60 and 64 years old, and we're already 30 and 40 years old, then that means you don't got long.
Right.
So what are you feeding yourself? Because you have to keep taking into account everything in the past, even from when you were little, all of the wrong foods. Because it, mind you guys, this is something that America thrive off of. They thrive off of weaponizing the food and sending us to hospitals and using the pharmaceuticals. This is their plan. This is their plan. So go outside, think outside of their box, and feed yourself foods from nature. Heal yourself, cook your foods, and teach it to your children and your husbands, or your husband teach your wives, whatever. But food is your medicine.
Yes, it
And
is.
allow it to heal you, because the healing starts in the kitchen.
Right. Okay. Well, I do appreciate you, Sister Eve. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen to your girl Quetta Stubbs on She's So For Real Z. I would like to give another thank you to Sister Eve. She is our holistic advisor, so make sure y'all tune in and don't miss this tea every second and fourth the week of the month on Motivation Monday. Okay, don't forget, and go ahead and support our sister that's taking out the time to help us be better and do better in our lives. Because honey, we ain't getting any younger, but we getting older for sure. Okay, so this series is called She's So For Real Z, about wellness, and I am, y'all, she is for real Z. Okay, I need to get my act right. Okay, so again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Sister Eve. Y'all have a wonderful week. See you next Monday on Motivation Monday. Peace and love.